Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, hope you're all doing alright out there. So, I have an interesting question. Now, I've been a motorcycle content creator for about 14 years and I've seen the entire world of motorcycling videos evolve into what it is now. And over the years, I can't help but say that I've noticed that a lot of the silliest, most unskilled crashes and rider things that I've seen have come out of America. No offense to you, America. You think that our licenses are too much, and as do many people here. And maybe your licenses are the better way of doing it because, you know, you allow stupid to make their own mistakes and the gene pool gets cleaned up a little bit. And most of the time it doesn't involve another person, so yeah, okay, fine. It's not very good for the families, but you know what I'm saying. However, I learned a little fact the other day, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that in the UK there is 1.2 deaths per year per 100,000 on motorcycles. In America it's like 6.5, so it's, what's that, like 600% more. And it's like, is that because there isn't more training, or is that because the roads are different, maybe the mentalities are different, the bikes that people can have at the ages are different? Like, what's the problem there? I mean, if you're not aware, basically in America, depending on what state you're in, what you need to do to get a motorcycle is very minimal. It's kind of like a CBT with a bit of theory, but you can now ride whatever you want. As I say, the laws are different state by state, and I think some are stricter than others, and you can of course get more training if you choose to. But you know, there's a classic video of two new riders meeting each other, which I'm sure is in America. One's pulling out of a junction to the right, the other one's driving up towards them, and they both panic brake and do endos over the bikes and both crash, and we're like both on the floor like, hey! Now, I put a comment on that video saying the motorcycle safety course is enough, and it had a lot of likes. Now, of course, I don't know which variation of that video I commented that on, because, you know, that's the way the content is now. One person makes it and then everyone else steals it. Oh, that's a great video. Stolen. No copyright infringement intended. I gave you credit. That's not the way that the internet works, but oh well. Now, America, don't get mad. I'm not talking down at you. I'm talking to you on a level. You know, those numbers, if true, on the deaths per 100,000, you know, that speaks volumes. It says there is an issue there. There's a difference. What is the difference? That's what I'm asking. And my question is it the motorcycle safety course? Or maybe you'll say, no, it's, you know, drivers are actually aggressively violent towards bikes these days, or something. I'm not saying people are great here. We have some really dumb drivers. It does turn out that the deaths really do come down to a lack of training, and that wouldn't really surprise me. As I say, I've just seen some terrifyingly scary people on bikes who barely understand how to use a clutch. You know, oh, I don't use the front brake, I only use the rear brake. Like, oh, do you want to die? Well, I know Harley riders will have an argument about that one, but I'm not talking about Harley riders. I'm talking about just normal sports bike riders. If you are coming to a stop using the rear brakes only, you are literally using about, well, 1/10 the braking that bike's got. And also the maintenance and upkeep and just hanging level of some of the bikes you see being used in the US. I'm not saying there's none like that in the UK, there definitely are. But I am a follower of groups, I am a follower of forums, I am a follower of fashion. And you know, I've watched stuff over the years, and I don't know, some of it's scary. Now, of course, I know for a fact that there'll be some people in America who will think the exact same thing. You know, because they'll have good mechanical knowledge and they'll be seeing these bikes around them and just going, what is that? What is that? I mean, this is what we have to deal with in the UK 6 months of the year, to be fair. Can't see, wet roads, cold tyres, and leaf mulch sludge. Mixed in with some diesel and oil. So as I say, I am posing the question to you, Americans, if this gets to any, of course. You know, I'm a UK vlogger, and although I did used to have a reasonable amount of Americans who used to watch me, it seems like maybe YouTube's removed a lot of those. You know, the algorithms work the way they do, that you just don't seem to get many American people commenting. But I would like to know, from your point of view, do you think that the motorcycle safety course is enough? You know, maybe you're someone that got onto a bike that way and then progressed your riding further now looking back with that hindsight, do you think it was enough, or do you think it was dodgy to allow people to find out themselves like that? As I say, now I know, of course, because the American spirit will say, of course it's okay, just do it, who cares? Well, there are repercussions if just do it. Even if it's not you that cares, or your family, or anything like that, the people who have to scrape you up still have to deal with that, and it's not easy for them, even though it's their job. There's always somewhere that someone's going to be impacted by this. I was going to make this a more developed video and really talk about the way that American laws work next to UK laws, like the licensing, but because it's different state by state, it's just difficult trying to get to the bottom of any of it. I mean, if any Americans out there want to line it out, but I don't think you can, other than for your state, or maybe a few states that you know of. But it could even just be a culture thing that, splitting on the highway is a very different thing in America than filtering on the motorway here. We're just going through traffic. We just go here. We don't tend to do that at 140 mile an hour. Not only to mention, I mean, the UK roads are bad, but I've seen some roads from American vloggers that are absolutely awful. Baker X Derek, that highway he has to go down in some direction, and it is just like a washboard. So the entire time he's talking, he's just like this the whole way. It's insane. Right, well, there we go. So Americans, calm down. Calm down. I'm not attacking you. I don't disrespect you. I like America. I like what you stand for. I like some of the things that you have. I think you have some problems, and I think we do too. But, I think when it comes down to it, there's no reason we can't get along. Anyway, like the video, subscribe if you're new here, and if you want to help support me, please consider that through Patreon or YouTube memberships. I really appreciate it. Until the next one, ta-ra!